Hey guys, so today I was thinking about doing something a little bit different. I was looking through some of my old art whenever I pulled out this Copic marker big pad to kind of just write in. I thought it was big and I wasn't gonna use it for markers because I never liked it for markers. I got it whenever I was like just starting out and didn't really use it. So some of this stuff fell out. And of course it's not like I haven't seen like my old manga slash anime art in a while, but it just, like, the thought just occurred to me whenever I saw these to, like, try to recreate the style, like, see if I can still do it, and I just thought it'd be really fun because I've never seen anybody else really do something like that. If they have, I haven't seen it. But I also pulled out some of these just as further examples. This would have been like around 2012. I think they're all dated, yeah, 2012. And as you can see, I drew this character a lot, so that's what we're going to be doing. Yeah, so I guess we'll go ahead and, I don't know what outfit to draw in. I know that she had a certain casual outfit that I swear exists, but I don't know, like, I can't find any evidence of it. Yeah, okay, so, like, some of the stuff varies between these, like, the eyes, like, are a little bit different depending, but I feel like there's a pretty general style. I know this might end up turning into like if I had to keep drawing in this style, how would I approach it now, but for the moment we're going to try to just simply recreate it. So yeah, this is gonna probably feel a little weird. Alright, so I don't know what outfit I'm gonna put her in right now. Maybe we can either recreate one of these outfits, or I can put her in one of those outfits that I feel pretty sure she had, because you guys will still be able to see, like, still be able to compare. Alright, are we gonna do this? I'm just going to be using a pen here. I don't know if we're gonna color anything or not. Let's see, what kind of pose do we want? I mean, it'll be a pretty simple pose, but I don't know if I want to go straight on or, yeah, let's go ahead and be straight on. Now yeah, I've got a pointy chin as is with these things. Let's put ears in. Well, okay, already I'm breaking the rules because I probably would never have made a shape like that on my ears back in the day. I would have just done like just a little indication up at the top. Alright. So for like the nose, I basically just did like 2 dots, but like one was a little bit darker than the other, I guess probably to show some kind of shadow. These eyes are supposed to be pretty big. I know that I'm gonna want to like probably try to minimize them, but we're gonna try our best to be authentic here. Oh, it curves down a little bit. Okay. Oh, they're too small. I knew they would be. Okay. We got like an eyelid up at the top, but we don't have one at the bottom, which is a little strange. And we basically just have like a thin strip for the eyebrow. Something that bothers me a lot about a lot of anime styles, because there is different styles, is kind of like the lack of range of expressions you can sometimes get. Like, it feels like you just sort of either have like this, or you might have like a little ooh, like thing where you just have like the little mouth, or, you know, like maybe you might widen that out a little bit, but like sometimes it feels a little bit stiff. Not true of all styles, because like Studio Ghibli gets this right, but theirs is kind of like, they managed to have more of like a 3D feel to their character heads. I feel like that was probably a little too big there too, because you know, you gotta keep those mouths small. This feels a little untrue to her character though, like she looks a little too blank to me. Let's make her look a little bit more angry, because that's who she was. Great. Probably gotta do one of those finished next. I don't know how I ever created these Laffy Taffy bodies in the first place, so she's probably gonna be at least somewhat more realistically proportioned, because I don't know, like I don't even know where that came from. Let's give her a little bit, sort of rough out this pose a little bit. And by pose, I mean she's gonna be standing pretty straight, but she's probably gonna lean into the hip a little bit, because in my mind that's how she was. That's something that's kind of interesting, I think, is the idea that like sometimes we had these things in our mind but we were never able to realize it, and now that we have actually gotten to the point where we could, we're kind of not interested anymore. It's one of those weird things where you feel like you're chasing something, and then like you chase something else, and then you think, oh yeah, I could actually do that now if that's what I wanted to do. It's kind of weird. Alright. This probably isn't fair either, because her hair was actually a lot more sweepy and chaotic back then, where now like I learned kind of how to section her hair off in a certain way. I don't really draw her anymore, but later on I kind of sectioned off her hair in a certain way so I could recreate it pretty easily. Okay, what are we gonna do about the outfit? She's got this long hair. Great. I guess we can always just draw her in the hoodie, honestly. Oh, let's give her the eye patch. I later on removed the eye patch, but let's go ahead and add it. Right. I don't think these were actually in the little drawstring things. I don't think these were actually in the initial drawing, but for the sake of, but you know, that's kind of what real ones are like. Oh, I shouldn't have done those wispy lines. I should have just sort of brought it straight down, because if the necklace had weight, then it would be a pretty straight line. It's fine. Right. I probably wouldn't have drawn seams back then either. It's a little 7 for some reason. Looking at this now, it feels so like cutesy, like the style itself feels so cutesy, like, cause back, like even whenever I look at like the stuff I was doing then, like now it doesn't even feel that cutesy in a way, but for some reason whenever I try, when I'm trying to do it right now, it feels so cutesy. I don't know, it's probably because I wasn't thinking that I was being cutesy then, so it's kind of almost a little more serious, but now like it just seems feels like sometimes it feels hard to almost feel like you're drawing like an older character whenever you're drawing an anime, because everyone kind of looks like a kid because of how large the eyes are and how like condensed the face is and how, yeah. Probably brought that out a little far. Oh, I guess she would kind of, well, whatever, let's not mess too much with that line because it's just going to get messier if we keep trying to fix it. Just cut our losses. Wow, that is incredibly ugly shoe. Okay, it's fine. Let's try to redeem ourselves on this next one here. It's a little better. So that's kind of interesting. They, like, obviously, like, she is like her like body is really elongated. The only thing I can think of as to why this was happening was because of like things like Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle, where they actually did have like these super long bodies, but it's one of those things that it worked for that style, but it didn't really work, you know, for me with what I was doing. But I don't have, do I have a face forward one on these? Because, yeah, sort of ish. Because I feel like this is relatively accurate. This one I actually connected onto the side of, which I almost wanted to do whenever I was doing this, but the other ones didn't have it, so I didn't do it. But yeah, obviously she's a lot, like, even in these, she's a lot thinner. Yeah. Do we want to color this? I'm trying to make up my mind, because at least like this is like a colored example and we could have like a little comparison. Maybe we should just like, maybe we should like draw her again, and we can come back and color this if we want. Yeah. So some other things I'm noticing here too is like the fact that at least these aren't like the best clothing folds in the world. I knew that even whenever I was sketching them, but at least they kind of more follow like the motion of the body, where this was like the wrinkles were kind of all just like going down in like this sort of haphazard way. Something else too is that this is a lot flatter, whereas this actually kind of does feel like these forms are wrapping around. Probably most people too would like think that this is almost like a fat character, like kind of by anime standards, which it probably does kind of look that way. It's just one of those things where whenever I see like a character with like this big of a head and like this sort of exaggerated, like my instinct is kind of like for her height to be about this, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's just sort of like, I knew that I probably wasn't going to like hit it 100% because my instincts took over. Okay, we're probably gonna draw the same character again, but I think we Maybe we should do something that kind of exposes a little more flesh. Why don't we, like, I'm trying to think, because a lot of these outfits she has are actually pretty concealing. Okay, what if we kind of like draw her in this outfit, but not really, where we do kind of like just give her a tank top and we give her like the jean shorts, and then change absolutely everything else. Yeah. Alright, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Think things through, y'all. Alright, that's some creative license right there, like writing some kind of expression here. Oh, she doesn't have an eye on that side. Although, honestly, I usually do, like, even if an eye gets covered up, I usually draw it anyway, but... Why is this so hard? Like, I can't tell if it's just that I really hate my old style, or if I'm just not getting it right, or a mix of both, because this is not going very well. Alright, so she's a little annoyed. Let's go with that. Now her hair kind of needs to adhere to this gravity, at least to a point. Okay. Yes, this is usually kind of the way I sketch out like a pose if it's like in something like pen, so right. Then next probably. You know, another thing that I find that's like a huge mistake is usually like where the collarbone is placed. So I had this problem too, but a lot of people, they either would put it up too high or they would put it up a little too low. I don't even think they quite understood what they were drawing. And this included me, of course, too, whenever I was doing it, but, you know. Right. Alright, we're going to kind of draw like the tank top, but it's not really going to look like how it does here. I shouldn't have started the tank top before actually getting in some more of this. So she was kind of like this like quiet character, but also a little bit of like a militaristic person, so she would kind of like get in there and really take control a lot of times. Right, we're gonna go ahead and maybe leave that belly button sticking out here, like it is in that. These limbs are probably a little bit long. However, that, I guess that would get us a little bit closer to what it was like. So, let's put in some very ugly hands. Some more ugly hands. Because my hand game hasn't improved, y'all. That's something that hasn't gotten better. Alright. I should have probably at least given her like a belt. Just for the sake of Okay, now we run into some dangerous territory because I know that I could like make her legs way too thick with how I have this. Let's bring this leg in a little bit. Alright, so cut off. Back and looking at it once in a while. Whenever I mean standing, I mean sitting. Right. Yeah, okay, I knew that this was going to happen. I was probably going to end up with like some crazy hips here. Which, once again, like, in my mind, she kind of always had big hips anyway, so, you know, it was just one of those things that, I wasn't able to do at the time, or at least, like, it's just one of those things where you kind of don't really see what you're drawing, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? Sometimes you, like, it's like those, challenges that was going around for a while where people were redrawing, like, stuff, like, you know, what I drew, what I thought I drew thing, you know, sometimes you just don't see things the way they are, alright, now, she has some crazy shoes, let's give her, I think for a while I was kind of giving her like kind of some kind of like booty things, so let's maybe go ahead and give her that so we're not giving her like Converse basically again. Let's maybe just, like, I know it probably looks a little dumb, but let's go ahead and just give her those socks. Right, I'm also gonna give her, like, oh yeah, nice, Jazz, nice. Oh, that looks really bad, okay. Just gonna give her some bangles that don't adhere to gravity either. Alright. Something that I'm kind of thinking about while I'm doing this is, like, a lot of people, like, who do draw anime feel like they don't need to draw from life because, you know, it's, like, their style or whatever, but I've been, like, drawing from life for, a couple of years now, basically since I got out of anime, and I think that we're probably going to kind of see how it really can improve your anime drawing, at least give you more options anyway. because now you understand why you're exaggerating certain things. Let's sort of fix that chin again here. It's not the most graceful thing I've ever seen, but it's fine. We're sketching with pen. I'm sure you all understand. Okay. Let's see. What should we kind of compare this to? We can go ahead and kind of compare it to this. Even though this is rather the outfit we were basing it off of. Yeah, no, let's maybe pick a different one. Because at least this is more of a standing pose. Although this one kind of had like the different eye. Again, like the eye is just plain too small. Again, the proportions, like not the proportions are not necessarily more realistic. I mean, they kind of are. Like she's rather short and she's got like this large head. Because again, like I just like that's what almost like feels like the appropriate length to me, just based on her head size and the level of cartooniness she has. It's almost kind of frustrating to me because I know that a lot of people that do draw like anime, they usually do have like these kind of thinner limbs. I'm just correcting this because it seems a little thick to me. Yeah, this is like this is kind of what I was saying what I meant whenever I said that it would kind of almost turn into like if I was approaching my old style like now, this is probably what it would look like. Again, there is more form to this though. Like a lot of these things are a lot more flat. So, like, I mean, we do kind of have some of these wrapping forms, like right here, although what is going on with that? Yeah, okay, let's maybe go ahead and quickly color one of these, and okay, this wouldn't exactly be my colors of choice. I don't know what happened to my E11 because that would be my color of choice. Let's see. I think we're going to just go ahead and color this the way I would color it now. Yeah, no, that's too light. It's pretty much the same color. So this makes... Oh, you know what? I realized we forgot our eye patch. Oh, well. Okay, yeah, that's supposed to still be here. That's the side where I'm not going to really blend out because I prefer to just layer anyway, but for the sake of... Hope y'all are enjoying my like half-finished sentences. honestly, this is a better color. Like really high in the contrast though. This is like a lot heavier contrast than what I would even like. Wow, I didn't realize how reliant I was on E11. Unfortunately, with this kind of marker paper, which is the reason why I don't like it, is you can only layer so much on it. Oh, yep, nice. Nice. A little more orangey than I prefer, but okay. I just don't know what happened to my marker. But it should hopefully look a little bit better once we get some of these other colors in here. Oh, I forgot that nib side doesn't work. This is really bright. Although I guess in some ways that'd probably be more accurate to the times, so maybe it's a good thing. My instinct is to go the same color with the booties, but I feel like maybe we'll actually do that color for the socks here, and then, which unfortunately, now that I just did that, is rather, like, pretty much the same color as her skin, but it's fine. And the reason why I just think green is because there is green on that design, and, she has another outfit that pretty much has this exact same color scheme. So it feels fitting. We'll do the whole green. We'll go ahead and do, because this is kind of bright, we're gonna go ahead and do blue as the shadow for the white here. This is the shadow color for this because I like using this color in combination with greens. Well, honestly, it just looks good. eye taken care of here. Oh, I just noticed we didn't give her a pupil either. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because I usually don't use, like, I don't really use straight black anymore. I will end up doing it for the final, as like the final color, but just building, rather than building up with the grays and then heading into a pure black, I think this looks a little better. Now just remember, guys, it's like just a glorified sketch. We're just playing around. Just go ahead and just cover that in flat like that. Alright, we'll make this the final color because honestly this paper can only take so much. It's kind of a fun experiment. I might even end up playing with this like a little further, like even just on my own or something, because like I was saying, I think that it's kind of good to realize that you know, it is worthwhile, I think, to learn anatomy, even if you want to do anime. Because, I mean, I know some people would probably chalk up some of it just to simple improvement, but I think that if I would have just kept going on the way I was, like, I don't think it would look quite as accurate. Alright, is there anything else we want to add here? Well, we didn't add the pupil. I guess we could add it now, but I'm kind of afraid to do that. I used to sometimes kind of do pupils like that, where they were kind of like half, but we'll go ahead and add most of it here, and then we'll go ahead and do like a little white gel pen thing, because I would have done that. Okay, and there we go. I'll go ahead and refer to this once more. Even though this has felt pretty intense whenever I was doing it, it almost still in some ways feels kind of muted, but I think it's probably honestly just like the lighting, and that there's like more of a variety of tones in here rather than just being shaded with like the same color. So I think it just adds a little more visual interest. I think that's what's going on there. But yeah, so there we go. I don't know if you can see this, but here you could see this before, but like we can kind of compare a little bit our 3/4 view. So again, I know that eye is still too small. It just goes against my nature. So yeah, I hope you guys like found this kind of interesting. Like I said, I've never seen anybody else do this on YouTube thus far, and like maybe you could even like start something like that'd be cool. Because I think that a lot of us tend to kind of look back at our like anime period as like a dirty thing. Um, and I don't think it necessarily is, although I certainly understand. I certainly understand like cringing at it or something, but I think that I don't think that you have to like just to go back to like studying realism thing. Like I don't think you have to give up your anime art like in order to improve. I just think that you need to realize that you know, it can help improve it. So hope you guys found this interesting. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.